He was the most mediocre character on there, and they said it over and over and over and over again. And hey guys, thanks so much for stopping by Create Her Best Life for a brand new video. I'm Kimani, and this is Create Her Best Life. And if you are an artist or lover of art, this is a place for you to connect, collaborate, and create the life that you deserve and desire. I don't do that in every video anymore, but it's fun to say sometimes, just in case some of you are brand new. Thanks so much for stopping by. Today, we are talking about mediocre main characters. Now, sometimes for some reason, which is easy to do sometimes, there are characters that are highly esteemed, but they don't really do anything special. It's nothing special about them, or they aren't really that dynamic, or they kind of just don't do anything. So I wanted to highlight that because sometimes it really gets on my nerves when I watch TV shows and movies where the character is honestly kind of boring and all of the supporting characters make the movie or the show. And it's way more fun to watch the side and supporting characters and the extras who become more side supporting characters and whatnot. And it's kind of disappointing when the main characters are not as great. So here are my top 5. I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for this one. I know it. But I have to say Harry Potter from the Harry Potter series. I love the movies. I love the books. I love everything about magic. It's magical and fantastic and fun. But Harry did not do anything special. He literally would have died without Ron and Hermione in the first one and the second one. He couldn't get anywhere without Hermione at all for the whole series or Ron's family. And he never knew any of like the special spells. It was always Hermione showing them stuff or whatever. He just did not do anything special. Like it was all the fact that he was a Horcrux, and that was it. That was it. Voldemort wanted him for his power and to be on his side and this and that. But Harry did not have anything dynamic or super special about him. Ron, I mean, quite frankly, I was going to say Ron does not, but I disagree because Ron is scared. But Ron has courage because he always did what scared him. Or he was always in positions where he was scared and he still overcame his fear, which was great. And Hermione was just always smart. So I think that while everything was great, I was thoroughly entertained, and it's obviously a phenomenon because I'm an adult and other adults are still obsessed with Harry Potter. However, he could have been better. He could have been better. Next on our list, and this is just me because I'm in love with this movie series, is the Princess Diaries, and I will say Mia Thermopolis because she was born this regular person and then she becomes a princess, but the first movie she wasn't like really doing anything that made her that special. And I guess it was meant to be one of those like down to earth kind of characters, but I just felt like she was not special at all. Like at all. And she like I don't know. That's just me. I don't know. I will also say, add on to that, Bella Swan from the Twilight series. She was very mediocre, and guys were just falling all over her. And these were magical dudes. And of course, it's a fantasy, just like everything else. So Bella Swan is an honorable mention because she wasn't exactly on my list. I felt like I enjoyed the movies as a teenager. I enjoyed the books as a teenager. As an adult, I rewatched a few of the movies, and it's terrible to watch them fight over this girl that is like so incredibly dull. But it's still fun. It's still fun. I won't say that it was bad, but it was kind of annoying to watch. Next on our list is Serena Vanderwoodson from Gossip Girl. She was the least and weakest character in my opinion. Blair and Chuck made the show. I will say that. And of course, I watched it for Nate and I watched it for Dan. and a few of the side characters that popped in and out every now and then. But Blair and Chuck really made the show. I love Blair and Chuck so much. And every time Serena's scenes came on, or they focused more on Serena, I kind of cringed a little bit the second go around, because I watched it as a teenager, and now as an adult, I'm rewatching it, and I see that she's so mediocre and so annoying and so entitled. Like, she doesn't really work for much or anything for the most part. Uh, Guys are constantly fighting over her, and women hate her because the guys like her, or she gets whatever she wants, or whatever. Maybe she's rich, but literally all she has is just that she's rich, and guys are attracted to her. So I feel like that was it. Like, there was no substance to this character, in my opinion. Blair was way more complex. Chuck was way more complex. Of course, Serena had like her issues, but she kept doing the same thing over and over and over, ruining her life and like making other people responsible for all of her problems. And that was the point. That was supposed to be her character, but I hated it. I hated it as an adult. Like, it just, I don't get it. I don't get it. She was very mediocre. Fourth on our list, which feels a little weird saying, I will say Elena Gilbert from Vampire Diaries. And I say that because it's kind of the same thing with Bella Swan and Serena van der Woodsen. It's just this character that is desired by more than one guy. She's not really doing anything special. There's nothing really special about her, aside from the fact that she's a doppelganger. And literally, she always has to be saved. She's always butting into stuff that she has no business butting into. It's not her business. You don't have to be involved. You can walk away. It's okay. But that's the whole point. It's supposed to be a back and forth, and it's supposed to be drama, and it's a teenage drama, so of course she doesn't know any better, so she's just doing what she thinks is right for her teenage love and whatnot. I love the show, don't get me wrong. I love the show, I love the characters, but Bonnie was way better. Damon and Stefan were way better. Even Caroline turned out to be way better. Like, for some reason, I always find Elena annoying. I don't know why, but she just feels very mediocre to me, and she could be better. I like, the actress is phenomenal as Catherine, and she does a good job at Elena, because I am convinced at how annoying she is. But it doesn't do it for me. So that's why I don't really like Elena. Next on our list, I know I'm really gonna get some comments on that one, is Carrie Bradshaw from Sex and the City. I know, and I love Sarah Jessica Parker, and Carrie was cute. She was funny, but she was annoying. She was annoying, and she created problems for herself every single time. And I know that's the point. It was a sitcom. Sitcom, is it technically a sitcom? I guess it's a comedy. I loved the first one, the reboot, not so much. Not at all, actually. I'll be honest, not at all. I did not like the reboot. But I think that Carrie was annoying and mediocre because, for one, it just seemed like stuff just didn't make sense. Like, the fact that she made pennies off of these articles that she would write in blogs and stuff like that. And she could afford all these shoes and stuff. And, like, she only was obsessed with shoes and fashion, which is awesome. You know, a lot of the clothes were bomb, I will say. However, she wasn't as good. Like, I thought that Charlotte was funny. Because she was annoying. Carrie was annoying, but not always in a funny way. Even though I liked her. Like, but she could have been. I feel like she could have been better and more proactive with life. I don't know. She was always putting herself in weird situations too, and cheating on dudes and just everything. It was weird. But Samantha and Charlotte saved the show. They did. They saved the show. I'd also like to make an honorable mention for Fitzgerald Grant III on Scandal, because I'm rewatching Scandal right now. He was the most mediocre character on there, and they said it over and over and over and over again, and I'm glad they kept saying it. His character was really annoying, mainly because I love Jake for Olivia. All the characters as I'm rewatching it, all of the characters are terrible people. Like they're bad. They have issues. They try to help people, but then they also suck in other areas. And I guess just that's everybody. We all suck in some way. We're all great in some way. But in that case, all of them are terrible. But in the case of Fitz, he did not earn his presidency. Everyone did everything for him. He was whiny. He was a terrible boyfriend to Olivia. He was controlling. He was toxic. While his character changed a little bit, specifically after different events where he killed somebody. Spoiler alert, if you haven't seen it. But it's, statute of limitations is over for spoilers for that show. But after he killed somebody and Olivia killed somebody and just everything, like he did change, which was great. But his character was mediocre because he never seemed to make decisions for himself. He always made decisions for other people. So it was pretty much always like he's being controlled in some way. And that's what makes him so mediocre to me. Like he would make decisions based on being manipulated. Olivia is kidnapped, so let me go to war for her. Something's going to come out about me going to war for Olivia, so I have to agree with this senator's bill, which is trash, because I don't want it to come out and I don't want to lose my presidency. Yes, that is a strong decision that he made. That was a good choice in writing and plot, etc. But overall, his character was not good enough. And that's not me trashing it. I'm just agreeing with the writers and the actors and the writers and the characters saying that he is very mediocre and could have been better, but everyone else was better than him. And he was just kind of coasting through life, riding on everyone else's coattails, if you will. So that's my list. I had a couple of honorable mentions, but those were like my top 5 to 7, and I'll just call it my top 5 because I had a main 5 that I said. Characters that are so mediocre and could have been better, while the sub characters and extras and supporting characters were all phenomenal, dynamic characters that kind of carried this show along and made this character's life better. If you like videos like this, comment below, like it, subscribe. I would love to have you guys come back and watch more. Let me know if you like them. Let me know if you have any other ideas for stuff that you'd like to see on my channel. I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of movies. I've been watching a ton of thrillers lately, and I'm probably going to do a review on those soon because those are my favorite category. And let me know if those are fun. I can't wait to bring more of those to you. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching, and talk to you soon. Bye.